Huh?
What?
Oh.
What?
Okay, I think we've got this down pat because the mixer wasn't on. Sound check, guys.
What is
CrossGen.
this? 86 try?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know why we didn't realize that the mixer wasn't on. Freaking mixer.
I don't even know.
Let's go. Sound check.
All right. Chia zombies, check. The checklist for checks on creative checkings
I'm going to try
by
it.
Essentia.
I'm going to try it.
What?
The checks of the China house are greatly exaggerated than the checks of ECB in the crock pot of your mouth.
To quote Super Saiyan 4 Goku, you have lots to work on.
Yeah, sure. Sure, no, that was amazing. Was that not amazing? Africa. Africa Toto. Why?
I hear the checks coming tonight. But she hears only whispers of the checks that are checking on. She's coming 12:30 check. The moonlit wings reflect the stars that guide me toward the check.
That was deep. That was amazing. An amazing performance.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Didn't know it was going to go this far.
What the heck even is this? What are we even doing right now? What are we doing?
I didn't know it would go this far.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's iteration of the CrossGen podcast. It's been stop and go because we've been having technical difficulties with our freaking mixer.
Yeah.
You know, and stuff. So anyway, we are going to start this podcast right by saying, "What's up, guys?"
Hello.
Introduce yourselves.
I am, let's see, XX_gamer AJ_XX.
What the hell? What even was that?
That's a gamer tag. That used to be the memeified gamer tag.
No, it's 420 Blaze It Eli _
Now that's bad.
King of Games
That's
_
terrible.
Pepe the Frog.
God.
That's your crappy. Yeah, that's just your stupid. That's like a 3-year-old's username.
Yeah,
So who
what
are
you
you?
just said. Yeah,
No.
So
I
who are
said
you?
who I was. I am AJ.
And my name, I'm not using that because
You don't know who you are.
yes, there you go. I'm
you
unknown
don't know
to the
who
public.
you are.
I work undercover, and if your number is up, I will find you.
Oh, a reference to person of interest.
Yes.
We're up to almost the end of season 2. We got 2 more episodes.
I still can't believe that.
How many more seasons?
There's 5 seasons altogether.
Oh.
So anybody who's listening, if you haven't watched it, please watch Person of Interest. It's on HBO Max right now in the States. Just go find it. It's a pretty good sci-fi
Very.
show, even though it hasn't gotten sci-fi-y yet.
It's more of
But
a,
it's getting there.
Oh, you know what? No.
It's getting there. Slowly but surely it's getting there, right?
How sci-fi does it get?
Well, it gets technologically sci-fi. I'll
But
just
not
leave it at that.
X-Files.
Uh,
sci-fi.
No. There's no aliens.
Aliens were in X-Files?
Aliens was about X-Files.
X-Files.
Aliens were about X-Files?
Yeah, it was
Bro.
it was 2 characters, Mulder and Scully, and one of them was an FBI agent who was going out and looking for alien life, and the other one, she was like a doctor,
So that's where
and
aliens came from?
she was the skeptic, and so it's kind of like Evil, like the show we watch, Evil, where one guy believes it and the other one doesn't, and they're kind of constantly trying to investigated and stuff. It's similar. It's similar to that. That's what X-Files was.
I mean, the tune itself should give it away.
I thought it was about the Illuminati.
No, it's just it became a
that is way
meme
off.
from that.
That is totally way off. Aliens, dude. Aliens.
Aliens came from X-Files.
Yeah. By the way, I'm Walt.
What the hell is...
Yeah, we never really finished the introductions. So, by the way, people, I'm Walt.
Very, very off today.
Gamer tag at GamePass Walt. Talking, I don't know, whatever.
At Chia _ zombies.
Well, it's good that you're talking about gamer tags, right? Because that's what we're going to talk about. We had some time and we jumped on the Xbox One today.
Yep.
Right. We had downloaded some games from Game Pass. We have Game Pass Ultimate, which includes EA Play. So 100+ games on Game Pass Ultimate, and then EA Play has a lot of their library. So we just started downloading stuff, and we played a couple of games, right?
Yep.
And I think we're going to talk about some of the games. I think you guys are excited about one particular game. You still haven't played it fully though yet.
What? Oh, that?
The game that we're talking about. But first,
we got to go through.
Yeah, I'm going to talk first because I'm going to say the game that I played the most out of the stuff, and that was Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered.
Whoa.
So that's a game I used to play way back in the game in the days. And it was a super fun game back then because it was one of these games where you would jump in a car and go as fast as you can. And a lot of the part was that you had to get away from the cops. It was super fun when I played it way back when. I wanted to see if I downloaded this game, if I would have the same excitement. And guess what? It's just as fun to get away from the cops. So it's basically the same game. They really haven't changed much of anything. They remastered it. So they gave it a little shine, polished it up a little bit. No new tracks, no new things, but I still remember it. And boy, is it fun.
I tried a little bit of it.
Yeah, you did that one part, which I remember hating back then because it's like a hot lap that you have to do where you have to beat the time, and you're doing it in a Pagani, which is insanely fast. I think we were going like 220 miles per hour
I think
on the straightaway.
We got 247,
something like that, and it was really, really fast. But the problem is that the time you can't mess up, you can't make a mistake,
or you die.
And it's a one lane. It's a two-way, but it's one lane for each way.
Or you
the highway, and there are cars on the highway, and it's very easy for you to kind of go off the road, which then puts you into sand and it slows you down. So you have to be almost perfect to beat that hot lap,
or you die.
You do die.
Yes. So that was super cool. I really enjoyed it. I'm glad that they brought it back. I'm glad that I'm able to play it again. And I completely forgot this is a game that was done by Criterion, who is famous for Burnout. And so as I was driving on some of the races, I could completely take down another car, which I did by accident. I was like, oh man, I forgot about this.
You destroyed a car?
No, you can, as you're racing, the other racers, you can take them down by crashing into them and making them crash, kind of like in Burnout.
Die.
Yeah.
And then they die.
Yes.
So.
Yes, destruction and mayhem.
Now, it's not a game that you guys will probably want to play in the first person because I know we did that the other day with Gran Turismo, right? To kind of get a feel of driving and stuff.
It was tough.
That was horrible.
It was tough. Need for Speed is even worse. So I would not even recommend you to do it in first person. Although, I mean, you can, but then like AJ has been saying, you'll die.
You will die.
You'll
died
crash.
multiple-
You'll crash a horrible death.
We died like 1,000 times in third person, right?
That's true.
So in first person.
Well, I didn't die 1,000 times.
You really
You-
did. I
you
was
did.
no, I was watching. I did 2 attempts. Second attempt, I got silver, personal best.
Who's the one that got gold?
After I got our
Who's the
Oh,
one that got
but
gold?
I'm the
he
one who gave you
got
the will and the
gold.
determination.
Who's the one
Oh,
that got
to,
gold?
to get gold.
I'm so
Otherwise,
sorry.
you would have given up. And that
Given
would've
up,
been-
given up.
The controller was
Given up.
in my hands, and the skill flowed through my fingers
No, it was
into the
sorta-
buttons
No, the story goes a little bit
in
more
order
like
to
this.
create
I grabbed
gold.
the controller, the skill flowed into the controller, then you grabbed it, and then the skill flowed towards you. Because it's my skill.
Well, you did grab the controller. The skill did flow into the controller, and then you crashed.
I didn't crash. I didn't recall
Ooh.
crashing. I don't recall crashing.
I remember
But
the
you
car
did.
flipping down the road at least
No,
5
no.
times.
I restarted. I remember that. No, it's.
Oh, so you restarted after a horrible
No,
crash.
I did not. It was in the
Mm.
middle of.
Yes.
No, I was about to crash, but I stopped myself.
Oh, but you crashed.
So technically, I didn't crash. That means I'm good. My
No.
slate is clean.
It's
and
not
that's how it
clean.
works.
All right. Well, anyway, I had a really fun time playing it again. It brought back memories and stuff. And so, yeah, if you're a fan of racing, you should really try out Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered. Now, there's another game that you and I tried, Eli, and then you eventually got AJ involved.
Yes.
I think you know what I'm talking about. But let's talk about that indie game that's on the Xbox One, GamePass, Gang Beasts.
Gang Beasts. That's been around for a while, right?
Has it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it has.
Okay, this is the first time I've ever heard of it. It's kind of like Super Mario Brawl. What's that? What's the name of that game that's called?
Not Smash Bros.
Smash Brothers. It's kind of like Smash Brothers, but with mushy marshmallow men who really can't walk and really can't fight.
They look like Fall Guys. The stupid Fall
Kind
Guys
of.
characters.
No, they look like
No.
the Among Us.
No!
Yes,
Stop
they
it.
do.
We're gonna. If you keep this up, we're gonna shut this podcast down. And I will. No.
Gang Beasts.
They are the Among Us.
Nope.
Talk
Nope,
about
they
Gang
aren't.
Beasts.
Okay. Gang
What's
Beasts.
Gang Beasts?
It's
Explain Gang Beasts. Gang
Gang
Beasts.
Beasts is basically a party game where, well, not a party game. You're just beating the other person up. So you could just like, you grab them, you punch them, you're just punching. It's like the best ragdoll physics the earth has ever seen.
But they're like super mushy.
Not mushy.
Yeah, like they
Mushy.
Yeah, they don't
Mushy.
like excuse me.
Oh,
Like
God.
marshmallows.
No, they're not. They're like
They
regular.
don't walk like regular people. They mush around. And they're
They're
ragdolly.
ragdolly. They're not mushy. They're ragdolly.
Well, they're mushy in a ragdolly kind of way.
So like this, if you make a turn, their arm will just fly.
Well, wouldn't you consider that mushy?
No, that's ragdolly.
They're none. Because
No,
they are
stop him!
Among
Stop
Us.
him!
Yes.
You're
they're-
cutting it close. It's almost dead.
Okay, so let's do it. They're rag mushy,
Rag mushy. Yes.
right? And you can clinch,
Yeah. You
grapple.
can grapple.
you can grapple, you can punch.
But what really?
Can you kick? You can't kick, right?
I don't know. I really don't know much about that. Yeah, you can kick. It's like
I think
X.
it's more like a tripping mechanism, though.
Yeah, you're just.
You did a drop kick though.
And I headbutted you
Yes.
off.
Oh yeah, you can headbutt people, right?
But you basically your goal.
And you can grab
to
them
drag
and
them.
like drag them all over the place,
but
right?
only for a short period.
So the whole point of it, similar to Super Smash Bros,
Is to knock them off.
is to knock them off the platform.
Depends on
Ring
what
out.
map. Because remember, so we did a little bit of a round. I'm the current champion, of course. I mean, I'm the most skilled gamer here. I'm pretty sure we can all agree on that, right? We played a couple of maps. There was actually this octopus one that I really liked.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, it's the aquarium.
Yeah,
And
I
he
wasn't there when
he-
you guys played
He
that
got
one.
destroyed like a
Oh, yeah?
millionfold. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it's all about. There's no real way to describe this game. It's just
Silly. It's ridiculous.
yeah,
So some of the places that you can fight on an elevator.
on a train.
Two
Well,
elevators going
yeah.
both up and down at the same time.
Yeah.
Train. The roofs of two trucks.
Yeah.
A trash facility.
A trash facility.
The
Subway.
incinerator,
Subway station.
an aquarium.
A buoy with ice around it.
That's true.
Those weird you know how they have those like construction workers and they have the
Oh,
platforms,
the containers.
Oh,
containers. Oh yeah, that one. But like the one where you're remember when you're
yeah, the
next to the building?
scaffolding.
Scaffolding.
Yeah, container. No, well, no. What you're referring to the big containers by the docks.
No, I'm not. But yes, now you just reminded me.
Like
Yes,
the things
that.
where the window washers.
Oh yeah, that's scaffolding.
Scaffolding,
Yeah, yeah.
right? And it's just basically it's all about knocking your opponent out. Look, it might seem a little bit boring, but like with the different maps and stuff, the aquarium one, an octopus comes out of like a fish tank, and the moment you touch it, it's attached. You're attached, and it's like you can't move, and it's,
Unless you have the skill to get out,
which
I have done before.
it's not about skill. No, it's really isn't.
But I had the
You just got
skill
stuck on
to
the side
get
of-
out of the octopus.
You just got
grip.
stuck on the side of the aquarium, so it was basically scraping you off.
Yes, and that was my skill.
That's,
Staying glued
we can
to the
argue about this
wall
another day. That's
of
not
the
how it
aquarium.
works. That's not how it works.
Yes.
You know that? That's not how it works.
It is.
Nope.
It is now.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope. You got scraped off.
Scraped off.
Yeah, sure.
But
Want to talk about skill? Let's talk about skill. We even did a quick round of Soul Calibur 5. Why don't you tell them about that experience?
that's not part of.
Oh, but
You know
it
what?
is.
I don't turn the challenge now.
But it
Down.
is.
Whatever it is.
I ruled you on that guy on that game.
And then I destroyed this fool with
Yeah, only once with a
How-
character that's
Hamaru,
like an
Hamaru.
AK-47 compared to a pistol.
Yes, but I still destroyed you.
The guy from
Yeah,
Samurai
with a
Showdown.
character that's actually superior to the other one. Wow,
No,
big figure.
No.
Oh yeah,
All
Inferno, yes. You
I'm talking
used
about
Inferno.
I'm talking about Hamaru, bro.
Yeah, but at the beginning of the match, you used Inferno.
Okay, Inferno, yeah, because I wanted to get back into the game, and which wasn't. He's not an AK-47. He's a freaking rocket launcher compared to a pistol.
Yeah,
You're wielding a freaking knife.
even
A
then.
freaking knife, or a switchblade, I should say. No,
But then
a stick. A
when I
tree
used
branch.
Inferno against
A
you,
broom.
the tables turned.
Okay, fine. But then a little bit later, Hamaru came in and he whooped your backside.
How many rounds was that? Oh, that was one battle
One battle.
out of like 5.
Then hold on. Not to mention, me, the current champ of everything. Let's just make that reminder. Him, Walt. I whooped his butt because apparently Hamaru is his best character, right? And apparently I tainted. Oh wait. Oh. Okay.
Oh yeah, because you were losing so
me.
much with him.
No.
Oh
I still-
yeah, don't
I
try
still
to
beat
omit
him.
that from the
I still
record.
beat him with his best character,
Who?
Hamaru.
Who you beat?
You didn't beat
Mitsurugi.
him with Hamaru.
No, you didn't.
He was using Hamaru.
Oh,
You were using
I used
Mitsurugi.
Mitsurugi to beat Hamaru.
Right, because you tainted my character
No,
by
you
fighting,
tainted-
Yep,
using him
No,
to
you
fight
did.
him.
Okay, let's move on.
That's
did.
that's
This is
what
off
happened.
topic.
Yeah.
This is
Oh,
off
it's as soon as we get to the truth, it's off topic. Okay,
Off topic.
sure.
Let's go back. Let's go back.
Hmm.
So we were talking about Gang Beasts. Honestly, it's just a good game overall. I'd suggest it to anybody who wants to have a fun time with, like, I guess,
A group of people.
yeah, a group of people and stuff. It's like
It's not as fast paced as Super Smash Brothers.
it's like a honestly it's like
It's
a
mushy.
regular Nintendo game.
It's mushy.
Nintendo games, they tend to be all about party. Yeah, it's just awesome.
And
But
mushy.
Which one are we going to talk about next? Are we going to talk about the one that I'm thinking about?
No.
Because we're talking about deformed characters in wrestling matches.
Oh, wrestling. That was
So,
part of Game Pass.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
that's
is.
EA, Eli. That's EA.
Okay.
That's EA.
Do this. Okay.
That's a Game Pass game that we've had forever. We do have the brand new version. So we're talking about WWE 2K17.
3 behind.
Yes. Well, like I said, we have the brand new iteration on the PS5, WWE 2K. I mean the PS4. I'm sorry. We have WWE 2K20, which when it came out, people hated. People said it was really, really bad. So
Yeah, I remember.
yeah, it was like
You tried it?
People
Oh.
were phasing through.
yeah, it was really, really
Ring.
bad. They've updated and made it better,
my
but I think
gosh.
we kind of always fall back on 2K17, don't we? Right?
For the most part.
Yeah. So you guys have been really, really into 2K17. Since 2K17 is weird because we don't play it for a long time, and then we'll remember that we have it,
And then we'll play it like 1,000.
and you'll continue,
Hours.
and you guys continue to make either changes to your characters or create brand new ones.
We have yet to
But
talk about. But
it's yeah. Why don't you talk about the core mode, create a wrestler in WWE 2K17, because I think honestly
Mr.
that's probably your favorite part of the game, is it not?
Yes.
Just
Mr.
making-
Manhattan's crew.
Oh my
Nah,
gosh.
Mr. Man Hooklin.
Mr. Manhook. Well, he is Mr. Manhattan's son.
Yes.
So why
Twice
don't you
removed, experimented on.
Yeah.
why don't you talk about the original characters that you made, and then how it spawned these new characters that you've made? Now, most people on W2K make guys like Darth Maul,
Pretty decent
make guys
characters.
like Batman.
Yep.
I've seen Scorpion. There's even a Donald Trump character there.
Yeah.
Bane, Harambe,
Yeah, and sometimes you get a little bit weird.
which is Harambe. Is
Oh, don't
horrible.
forget Squidward.
Squidward, yeah.
Squidward. Oh my gosh.
Which
So I mean,
surprisingly is an absolute beast, but
yeah, but for
Yeah.
the most part, they're making like characters that you would know and
No.
love and stuff.
they're well,
And then there's you two
very
boys.
normal, very normal.
Then there's you two boys.
Don't worry.
Because you have made some of the most nightmarish characters
Yes.
that I think
yes.
I have ever seen in my life.
Yes. We gotta post this on. We
Like-
gotta show people this.
Like I can't.
It's award
Like
winning.
I thought Harambe was bad when I saw it in the downloadable characters, because I think everybody in the audience knows, but if they don't, Harambe is a tragic figure because Harambe was a zoo gorilla that was shot because a kid fell into the enclosure, and I guess it did what a gorilla normally does, right? But
Well, no, it was actually, if I remember the footage correctly, it was actually trying to protect him.
right, exactly, but because people are people and people don't take care of their kids and stuff, that they ended up euthanizing the gorilla and whatnot.
Mhm.
So Harambe, unfortunately, in 2K17, is a guy in a gorilla suit with a halo over his head, which is kind of horrible if you think about it.
Yeah.
But
and he's smiling all the
and
time.
he's smiling. But again, like I said, my boys decide, no, that's not bad enough. Let's make some really nightmarish characters, like the type of
Yeah.
characters that you see once, and if you close your eyes,
You still see them there.
exactly, and then you go to bed that night, and you're still seeing them in your dreams. That's so, boys. Please explain to the audience the original blueprint for some of these characters and how it's
Well,
gone
it all
horribly
started-
wrong afterwards.
It all started when we were at our cousin's house and we first played this game. You guys wanted to
That was
get
a
all
long
these
time ago.
cool,
Yeah.
but this is where the inception was. You guys all
Yeah.
decided to make really cool looking characters and even download some really cool looking characters. But then I went, no. You're going to fight a hideous monstrosity that you will regret ever having fought. And that was it was either Mr. Manhattan or Dr. Manhattan.
No.
And basically,
Set.
no, it's not set, Eli. It's not. No. That was the revised version.
You
There was
revised
one
them?
even before that.
Okay, so continue.
So basically, I messed with the limb proportions. Oh God, this is gonna sound terrible. I'm sorry for those in advance.
You'll see them soon. enough.
Like the very first iteration of Dr. Manhattan had one arm longer than the other. The small arm was, I think, it was either maybe it's reversed, but either the big arm was super buff like Fusamasu,
yeah.
and there was the small arm which was gimpy, or it was the small arm was actually the buff arm and the longer arm was the skimpy one.
Yes.
And basically I dropped all the stats down to like I made him thin as hell. We can picture his face so you don't want to look at him. Oh my God. And I gave him this really tacky plastic cape.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, and don't forget the legs, which are also disproportionate.
These are scary, scary characters.
Oh my God. That was the very first one. Then I made Set, who I would later go on to rename Mr. Manhooklin. Basically, the arms are both gimpy. He's fat as all hell. And one eye is bigger than the other.
Not to mention he's blue with paint all over his face.
Oh yes, all iterations of this character are like a dark or just like what not even navy blue, like Dr. Manhattan's color.
Yeah.
He's blue.
It's like a dark teal, and one ear is like bigger than one.
No, the ears were fine.
No.
It wasn't. Then you have the next one to ever come off the line was
Bronx?
Big Daddy
Aren't
Bronx
we missing?
Hatton.
Aren't we missing Tactical Nuke?
Oh yeah, that was the one you made.
He's not part of the crew though. Tactical Nuke was he's not part of the crew. The
he's not?
Manhooklin crew or the Manhattan crew. Basically,
the New York State crew. Oh my God.
just to describe my character, and I have one after this, right? He's a pink horse, alien armor, unicorn helmet,
I thought he had a blue helmet.
blue helmet. No, he's pink.
Oh,
Tactical Nuke. He's the pink horse. He has a star. He has he's a 3-year-old girl's dream, I guess. And okay, real quick, just a little bit of context. I was like 5 years old, so it's not really something that I justify it with that. Let's just put it that way.
okay. So the next character on the roster is probably the most monstrous and
Yes.
hideous that I have ever concocted.
The most nightmarish.
Oh my God. And that is oh goodness. His name is Big Daddy Brook Hatton or something
Bronx.
like that.
He's
Bronx Hatton.
Bronx Hatton. He's the same dude.
No. Yours is Stonks Hatton though.
Stonks. Yeah, Stonks.
Yours
Hatton.
is Stonks Hatton.
I think it was just Bronx.
No.
And he also had God Emperor.
It was God. Well, his nickname is God Emperor Big Daddy.
And his real name.
And
which
the
I
reason why,
chose.
first of all, the reason why I call him Big Daddy is because there is a character from BioShock called the Big Daddy, and it's basically like this super huge humanoid being that's in like a very old school diver's suit.
Yeah.
And that's what I gave this guy when he goes into the ring. But outside the ring, because there's two forms for this guy. In ring, the first form is the Big Daddy form. The second form has nothing at all, but he has the most outlandish hair. I wouldn't even call it an afro. He has a super huge, thick, not even thin, thick, twirly mustache.
His
Spiky beard.
his ring entrance doesn't even look like the guy that's in the ring.
Oh yeah, I'll get to that. I'll get to that.
Completely off. He's got like Street Fighter Guile hair.
Oh no, that's his.
Yeah, that's
So
mine.
that's yours. I'm so confused because they're all scary anyway.
So the thick twirly mustache, and then he has a beard that's like all spiky and serrated.
Not to mention, we used all colors of the rainbow in this palette.
Oh yes. So his base hair is orange. I think his twirly mustache is yellow. His really weird beard is like green or blue.
Yeah.
And his I believe his skin is like oily jet black.
Yes.
Or no,
it was
it
blue.
wasn't jet
And then he
black.
had the-
It was purple.
Yeah, and then he had the thing.
Yes. Though the most interesting thing about it is there's a couple things that are interesting about this guy.
A lot of things are interesting.
One eye is like you literally pulled it out of a T-800 from the Terminator movies.
Yeah.
Like the left eye. But then the right eye is an eye that eats eyes.
Yeah, it has like teeth. Oh, and not to mention, his face is like completely like messed
Oh,
up.
his face is super disfigured. His upper lip is going all the way up to his like his left eye. His nose
It's like
his nose is twisted and like almost caved in.
you can see. Actually, it's so twisted. His face is so disfigured that his mouth actually comes out of his cheek.
No, that's Stonk's Hatton.
No, it's both.
Oh, it is both.
Mine just shows a little bit more of his mouth.
Oh gosh. And so to cap it all off, I didn't do anything weird. That's all the weird things I did. What's not weird? Oh wait, don't forget the huge gash on his head because they saw fit to take his brain out. Oh God, I can't even get this story straight. But basically, he has a really big gash on his head, and you're wondering why. But to cap it all off, he is like 7'4".
Oh,
and max height, max weight. It's ridiculous.
you forgot his teeth. The teeth.
Oh, his teeth.
Yeah, his head is.
Oh
getting
yes,
eaten
he
alive.
has a tattoo of basically like venom, where it's like along his chest are teeth pointing inwards, and on his head there are teeth pointing downwards.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it justice describing it. You really got to see it for yourself.
He's veiny and he has a cut, 3 cuts directly on his stomach, like a bear.
Yeah, like a he was fighting a bear. That's how he prepares for his matches. He casually wrestles with bears.
We also got to talk about his social and account name and his real name.
Well, I honestly we need the information on hand. But we gotta keep going though. But to cap it all off, in one of his entrance, because his, like Walt said, the entrance outfit is vastly different from what he's like in the actual ring.
Completely. like they're two different characters. They're not even remotely like I told you. One of them looks like a native Inca warrior and stuff.
That's his.
Oh, I'm confused. Again, I'm confused. But Yeah, I don't know.
There's one-
So for the
whose
guy
is yours?
I'm talking about Big Daddy Brooke
Oh, God.
Hatton right now.
or Herbert.
That's yours again.
No, it's Herbert Magic.
No, you chose the name
Mine's
Herbert
is
for
just
yours.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah,
Mine's
but
is-
you Herbert. I didn't put Herbert on mine. No, I
To-
didn't.
To the
Herbert Shallot or something. Big Magic Who.
to the audience, see what I mean?
Social account name.
This is wackiness at its best.
All right,
Social
but
account name
with these
at
guys.
biggest.
Let me just get through this description to finish off talking about this character, so we can talk about the final one.
There's more.
Yeah, there's one
gosh.
more after this.
Oh boy.
Yep.
You're in for it, guys.
So, in his entrance costume, it's basically a Dracula style cape with like the.
I haven't seen this guy then.
No, you have.
Yeah,
I did?
he looks
It's
futuristic.
it's a Dracula style cape with like the backrest. I don't know what that's called. The really tall towering collar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's completely gold. He has a visor. That's
Not really a
completely
visor.
gold.
Not really a visor.
The funny thing about this is the face is so distorted that the items on the face also get distorted.
Yes. And it's not okay.
That is so
It
bad.
has like a mask too, but you can't
my
even
God.
really tell.
Yes.
Because it's almost like his skin has blended into it.
This is so bad.
Yeah, so he's wearing like an insane asylum mask right below the visor. And so under his Dracula style cape, he's wearing nothing but tidy whities. Oh my god.
Not just any
Which are
tiny
also
whities.
which are bronze, and they have a golden clown face emblazoned
Yes.
across it.
And I can guarantee you it hurts. It really
Because
does
it's
hurt.
everything that he wears in that entrance costume, it's made of metal. Every single thing is made of metal.
Yes. So you must imagine the pain he's going through as he walks and smiles among his crowd.
I can't imagine.
And that's Big Daddy Brooke Hatton, or whatever the heck I called him.
Herbert.
I don't even remember at this point.
Herbert Shallot, Big Magic Who.
I'll let you take the reins for this next one.
So this was my character. I don't even remember his name. Oh wait,
Professor Stonks Hatton.
Professor Stonks Hatton. This dude is, I believe, what's his name? Son?
No, you called him Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus. But he's Mr. Manhooklin's son.
No, he's his son from the future, 30 years or so
Yeah.
removed.
Okay, so
Or
yeah,
30 decades, maybe? I don't know.
30 decades. I'm pretty sure
30 decades.
he's his son from the future, and I'm just. It's really hard to describe. Oh wait, first I should start off with his entrance. I took a really serious approach with this because I honestly wanted to make him cool, right? In his entrance, first off, he's wearing
He looks like a demonic matador.
yeah, he's wearing the one of those ski masks, right?
It's
Or
not
something.
it's a steel mask.
It's a steel mask. It sort of looks like Jason Voorhees mask, just a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, sort
it's
of.
metallic black, and it has an orange outline. Using the tattoos or the designs, I put an orange skull directly onto his mask. And it looks awesome, right? He has metallic horns. He's also wearing, what is it? A black.
It's like no, you didn't put a robe on this one.
A suit and tie.
Yes, he looks like a proper matador.
Yeah.
They kind of wear like a very loose businessy attire, right?
Yeah.
Sort of.
He has metallic wings of evil, Ar-
Bat wings.
metallic gold, metallic orange gloves, and then I believe his boots are like his leggings are made of fire and stuff like that. It has like a fire design on it,
Yeah.
and boots with orange again. basically represents El.
It looks
what was
really
oh,
cool.
his name was, what was it? El
La Muerte.
La Muerte. La Muerte. Okay, not El Diablo. I was mistaking it. It's La Muerte. That's his name, right? And this fool, he comes walking in. He looks hella intimidating. You have to admit. The moment you see him, but the moment he enters the ring is just that's where things get a little bit crazy. So, to start off, let's start with his skin. He's fully a bright red.
He's a cherry.
He's a cherry red. His face is distorted, so one eye is sticking out. It's like it's a little like a freaking spyglass coming out of his head. And one eye is just completely closed. He can't even blink with it. So, and it's not to mention it's freaking engraved into his skull. You can't even see it. His nose, he doesn't even have a freaking nose. Let's be honest here. His mouth, his lip goes straight into his nostril, I guess. What a nostril, quote. Yeah, right. Then here's when things get really interesting. His hair is yellow. What was the dude from Street Fighter?
Guile.
Guile. He has yellow Guile hair, except all over it. Children drew on it. First in the middle, he has a little bit of an Illuminati. To the left side of his hair, there's a smiley face. On the back of his hair, somebody drew with color this time. This child decided to take it a little bit of a step further. A green stem, a little bit of a brown petal thing.
It's a flower.
It's a flower, and it's pink, not to mention, right? Then you move along to I think it was the right side, where you have a stick figure holding a magic wand, pink and blue, and that's.
No, at the very, very back over here is is a very messed up Majin symbol.
Majin symbol. Then we're gonna have to get into his beard real quick. Just to put it simply, he has a crazy mustache. It's freaking green. His beard is like pink. And, no.
Beard.
He has like a sideburns that like freaking stick out like crazy. It's blue. No, it's pink. Then he has a beard. Which is purple, and then he has another beard on top of that, which is blue.
Would you like a beard with your beard inside a beard with a side of beard?
Yes, it is amazing. Now, with his clothing, he's sort of naked, I guess you could say. He's sort of like
he pretty much is.
Okay, he is, right? But basically, you could see that he's half cyborg. He has an X right across, like a metal X across his body. On his left hand, he has a watch that's engraved into his hand. On his leg, he has knee pads made of steel. And I believe he has the Russian flag engraved into his back and onto his left arm.
Yeah, it's pretty well.
Pretty
also
out there design, to say the least.
Yeah,
pretty out there design.
And to kind of cap it off, he's like the smallest character you've ever seen.
Yeah, what is he? He's like 4 something.
Yeah,
he's like a child.
But he's super fast though,
and he's super strong.
Yeah, he's super fast. He's super strong. I don't know how in the world you pulled it off. Okay,
he dialed every skill, like literally everything he could dial up to 100. He dialed it up to 100.
Oh my god!
Yes, and he's a free agent.
So you guys have really tricked out the creator wrestler feature.
To say the least.
Did you even play the game?
Oh,
of course we did.
Squidward is an absolute beast. That's all I have to say. There's just no winning against him.
There's no winning against Professor Stonk's Hatton.
Yes,
like. Mine's is easily 2 to 3 times his size, and he literally took me down with a zip.
Because he's like as fast as the speed of sound, bro. He dodges across. He's like darting across the freaking ring,
like the
bro.
Flash.
Yeah. God, little rascal.
It's gracious.
Right. So there's different types of gameplay in WWE 2K17. I know we were supposed to talk about it, but
Yeah.
we got so caught up with the creator wrestler, which is cool, which is probably some of the best features in a wrestling game is when you can create these crazy, crazy characters. But there actually is gameplay, right?
Yeah.
And so you guys did, I know you guys did Hell in a Cell because that's a favorite, right?
And then we did a
Um,
one-on-one.
And TLC.
And TLC. Now TLC is very interesting, right? Because is for the uninitiated, that TLC stands for tables, ladders, and chairs. But the way you beat a TLC match is that there is a money suitcase hanging above the ring. And so the
ladder.
and so right, you have to take a ladder, put it in the middle of the ring, and then climb it to take, and then climb all the way to the top to grab the money bag, the money suitcase,
Yeah.
while everybody is beating down on you, and everybody's trying to get there. Those can be some very, very long matches, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Because the gameplay mechanic is such that when you get up to the top, it's not just a matter of grabbing the suitcase. There's like a little mini game involved in that also, where there's a circle, there's a circle, and the thing is spinning, and you got to hit
all
the
the check
ball.
marks.
Yeah, you have to hit the ball inside the thing, and it can take a bit. But yeah, you guys took a long time on that match because every time somebody started to climb the ladder, another one of you guys would push the ladder off and let the guy fall to his doom.
Not to mention, we were
Did they ever fall out of the
Huh?
ring, or they just fell in the ring, right?
We fell in the ring, but we like at some points or another, our characters thought it was a good idea to get on top of the rope and then fall and hit their heads on the freaking ladder steps. So yeah.
Okay. So I guess to wrap up WWE 2K17, a pretty darn fun game, right?
Definitely.
All right. So we're going from the extreme of the WWE to the reality and grit of UFC 4.
Yeah.
A game that came out last year and is on Game Pass, available on Game Pass to download. You guys really haven't played a UFC game before,
Never.
have you?
Never.
This is your first iteration. Now, UFC games have kind of a love-hate relationship with me because there are some of them that are really good, some of them that are really bad, but I don't think as yet we've gotten one that's kind of nailed everything down perfectly.
Yeah.
UFC, I didn't play UFC 3 even though we do have it. I just never got around to playing it. But when I saw UFC 4, I said, hey, let's download that one because newer can tend to be better sometimes.
Yep.
Maybe. Anyway, I actually like it.
I love it.
I think the only problem is there's a steep learning curve, but that's kind of
Yeah.
the way the UFC games have gone because there's a lot to do in UFC.
But it's fun to learn.
Yeah, absolutely. The problem with us is that we just kind of jump into games without trying to figure out how to play them first. Yep. So I think we were a little frustrated at the beginning because takedowns are something that is super important in mixed martial arts. We couldn't do them because we never kind of did the tutorial to do it. We started out playing the game first, and we did, and it's interesting because it's made by the guys that made a fantastic boxing game, Fight Night. And so you can tell by the stand-up how good it is, right? Because it has some great stand-up. The takedowns, we never got into it, but then we started getting into playing it, and then you guys jumped into the creative fighter thing. So while it's not as crazy as WWE 2K17 is,
it can get pretty crazy still.
Yeah, you can get pretty wacky, not with the attire itself, but with
Facial
Facial
contortions.
facial contortions.
It's like freaking
Because
Neanderthal.
the
Ice
first
Age, baby.
the first time we did it, we created like a Pixar character almost, right?
Yeah.
But of course, AJ has to take it to the craziest degree. So I didn't think it was humanly possible. But folks, he's created a nightmare in UFC 4 also. And wow, that's all I have to say. Because the game tends to be realistic. AJ found a way to break the game and make it completely
We
unrealistic.
made a freaking sunroof over the dude's house. No, not even a sunroof. It's like a freaking trapdoor or something. You gotta explain.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
So he's pretty jacked. The rest of his body is fine for the most part. All of his
Only
hair-
because you can't really adjust it and sculpt it. That's the only reason why he looks kind of normal.
Yes. Then you get to the face. So I gave him a very exaggerated brow ridge. Kind of like you see in a certain transformation in a certain game. I'll reveal the name later because it has to do with that. Again,
Neanderthals would be proud of that brow. Let's just put it that way.
but they would be horrified if they ever met him.
Yes. Yes.
So his face.
You know what the funny thing about your character is that if you see him from behind, he looks completely normal. And then the camera shows his face. And then normal goes out the window. So
Oh my god!
What? He's
It
only
is-
had like he's only had eyesight for like a brief moment of his time.
yeah, the way you made it, the man can't even see.
When I initially made it, he couldn't see.
Oh, so now he can see maybe a glimmer in one night, right?
Yes. So to finish off the facial description, it's super long. I gave him the biggest chin I could possibly give. He has no eyebrows, no facial hair whatsoever. But he has long flowing hair, as long as and as accurate to the character I could make it. Because it is based off a character. And so
Stop the character.
the final centerpiece to the face is that I made it as exaggerated and as disgusting as I can make it. I gave him the worst nose on earth. Yes, it's a witch nose, more or less.
Witches are offended by that.
So, to round out the description, he has light blue eyes. Oh, it would have been great if I could have gotten green. That's actually more accurate.
There is green eyes.
Oh, then I had to change that then.
Oh gosh, I should have kept my mouth shut.
I gave him body hair too. So to finish it off, all his hair is a bright yellow. And what did I say before? He had really long hair and a very exaggerated brow ridge. If you're a fan of anime, you will know what I have concocted in terms of unrealistic characters in a very realistic game. And that is Super Saiyan 3.
You gotta tell them his story. His story.
AJ has completely lost it, people. Just letting you know. Shoot. I can't even. Is this the part where it was like, we interrupt this program for I don't even know. Breathe, AJ. Breathe.
Okay.
Okay, he's back, people.
So just to speed through this, they made normal characters. They made themselves, by the way, just to put that out there. But Super Saiyan, that's the literal name of the character. He doesn't have a name. Like a name. His first name is SSJ Super Saiyan, and his last name is 3, all caps.
Yes.
So his
Yes.
story is that he signed up for this experimental government program.
Wait. There's a backstory?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
He
Okay.
signed up for this experimental government program, which the government went and kidnapped him anyway. Because you see, they've been trying to unlock human potential for God knows how long now. But they can never really get it right. Because A, they didn't have this guy's brow ridge. No one had this guy's brow ridge. And B, they didn't have his chin either. So with these, the last thing they needed to do, honestly, was mess up his nose.
Broke his nose.
And then dye his hair, which was already thankfully long. And thus the Super Saiyan 3 of Legend was born.
And this was supposed to be a review of UFC 4.
Stop.
Wow.
Making my stomach hurt.
We started out pretty decent, and now we've devolved into creator characters.
Super Saiyan.
So
And
we-
Super Saiyan 3, last name 3. So do they call him Mr. 3?
Well, it's not going to be that for very soon, and I'll get to why. Because we did a few sparring matches. We did.
Yes.
Eli won a lot of them. I won at least once or twice. He won at least once or twice.
I did.
He got a complete takedown on him. He submitted him. Well,
Yes, I did.
it was pretty amazing.
Who?
I did. I submitted.
He submitted you.
Yeah.
Using
One.
What I do?
once.
What submission was that?
I think that was you got the double leg takedown into the leg thing. I forgot what it's called. It's been a while.
The
since
heel hook.
Yeah, the heel hook. There
Okay,
you go.
I got him in a heel hook. That's true.
Yes.
So it goes back to the whole thing of us not doing the tutorials before playing the game. So I
I
thought
still won a lot.
you did, but we didn't know what we were doing.
10 rounds.
Spammer. Anyway,
No, I was not spamming.
spammer.
No, let's just move on. Let's move on. No, 'cause
Yeah.
then tell me what LBRBY is.
BRB, the spinning back hook.
LBRBA.
The low punch, right?
A is a kick. And
Oh
remember,
yeah.
that is the heel kick. I mean, not the heel kick. What is it? The one where your feet is like that.
The teep?
Teep,
Teep. It's the teep.
front kick.
Yeah. And then
Mhm.
sometimes to the face a kick.
Okay. Yeah, we have to learn how to play it
Yes.
but the way that we've been playing it has been insanely fun anyway, right?
Yeah, it has.
So it's a really cool game. I think they really nailed the stand up part of it,
Yeah.
right? We haven't really gotten the ground game going because we're still trying to figure out how to do the single and double leg takedowns, but we're getting there, you know.
Yeah.
So there's different modes though, right? There's the one where it's a standard, then there's like blitz mode and knockout mode and stuff like that. It's a very, very fun game, especially when you have crazy characters like SSJ3 in it.
Which
And the scary part of it, as deformed as the man is, during the fight he gets even more deformed by just getting punched in the face,
Is the
which
boxing
makes
glove
him
went through his nose.
completely scary. You know?
Boxing glove went through his nose.
Yes, that is true. Did it stab
Yes.
it? Because he's got a pretty sharp looking nose there, buddy. You know?
Yeah. So that's another thing too. The Super Saiyan 3, sadly to say, has lost too much. But what do we say? Pain makes character.
Yes.
And so, very soon, he will be undergoing another transformation
Yes.
into the legendary Super Saiyan 4.
Yes.
Gosh, it's scary. And you know, the funny thing is that there is Dragon Ball hair that you can use. We just have to unlock it.
Yeah.
So again, it goes to the point that we just started playing the game. We really need to get a little bit more into it to be able to make some crazy characters.
I've already done it.
I know, with minimal effort, I might say. Imagine when he gets the tools to actually do something horrific. You know, this will be bad. Okay. Anyway, UFC 4 by EA Sports is actually a very, very fun game.
It's all about technique.
It is,
Yes, it's a very technique-driven game.
which is good. You know, not everything has to be a button masher. Not everything has to be, you know, one of these things where you're spamming and stuff. Although you can get away with spamming in this game
Barely.
at the very beginning.
Barely.
But I think we're going to be, you know, we're going to be investing some time. Now, AJ might have a different path than us. Because I think you and I, Eli, we're going to invest our time in how to play the
My
game.
rival.
AJ is going to invest in time in how to corrupt the game. So, just, yeah, I think he's got a very, very different directive and whatnot. But
Yes.
I don't know. We'll see. So let's really wrap this up. This is not exactly how I thought this would go, but it went pretty cool anyway.
We went from Stonk's hat into Super Saiyan.
Oh my gosh.
with no brow.
Well, Super Saiyan 3 doesn't have eyebrows.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't.
Neanderthal Super Saiyan 3 who
Yeah,
can't,
basically.
who could only see for a couple of minutes.
There you go. Until he gets punched into the face, and then that's it. All right. So anyway, let's wrap this up. I guess. Well, Game Pass Ultimate is awesome.
Yes.
There's still a bunch of games that we could have talked about, but we didn't because they didn't have creator characters that you can, you know, murder and stuff. But we did also download Man of Medan.
Oh.
Man of Medan, the horror game.
You gotta try that.
We also downloaded Resident Evil 7, which we haven't tried yet. We also downloaded the game
7?
Elite. Yeah, we have 7.
Wait, is that no 8 is Village?
Yes, Village is 8. Yeah, we have the one before it, which supposedly is pretty good also. We also downloaded Elite Dangerous, which I started to play. I only got like 5 minutes into it, and that's more of a space sim shooter type of thing where you're piloting spaceships. It looks super interesting. It looks very complicated, but the graphics are amazing on it. And did we download anything else? I don't think we did.
I think we were.
Well, there was this one game that I tried.
Which one was that?
It was the one you told me to. It was the one where you're like a demon dude and you have to get the lady.
Oh my gosh. What is the name of that game?
It was really overpowered because there's this feature that allows me to use Zawarudo.
Yes, that is way too overpowered. It's not even funny, bro.
It's just amazing because the way it works is that you have the actual person the demon is possessing, and then you have the actual entity itself, but they exist in two different places. So the regular person is on Earth or whatever, and then the demony thing is in the shadow world. But what I can do is I can switch between the shadow world and the human world. But when you go to the shadow world, except for maybe a few things, practically all regular like grunt enemies freeze. So basically, I can stop and they'll be pointing in one direction, and I could go behind them and then unfreeze time, unlimited. I have unlimited
no count.
restrictions on switching between the shadow realm and the human realm. It's nuts.
And the name of the game is Shadows Awakening.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So I downloaded it because it had a distinct Diablo 3 vibe to it, right?
Yes.
And it's fair to say that it's kind of a Diablo 3 clone in a sense.
The only thing is that it's only single player. For the
Yes,
most
and
part?
that's the disappointing thing because we are big fans of Diablo, the multiplayer co-op part of it. And I was kind of hoping that this was another one like that, but it's not. But apparently, the, the game has a fan in AJ. You know, he seems again, coercing and corrupting the game to bend to his will and do these unseemly things and whatnot.
It started in Halo. It went to Skyrim. It went to WWE, and now, oh, you don't forget UFC,
UFC.
and now Shadows Awakening.
And I'm actually gonna take a step back here because Shadows Awakening is not a game that's on Game Pass Ultimate. It's a game that we downloaded from Xbox Live Gold.
Oh,
So
okay.
it was
Yeah.
one of the free games of the month.
Gotcha.
But still pretty good. I mean, listen, Xbox makes it very, very accessible for you to play games. It you the only caveat is that you have to pay for Xbox Live, and we pay for Game Pass, which comes Ultimate, which comes with the subscription of Xbox Live. And it kind of makes sense if you play games a lot because um you're paying a month less less than an actual game, but yet you have access to all of these games, and every month you get a pick of 3 games for free to download. So it's a pretty good deal if you think about it, you know. And
There's a lot of good games.
there is a lot of good games there. One of the other games that AJ was playing was Mass Effect. That's available on Game Pass. We just took the extra step of getting the Legendary Edition,
Yeah.
which is, I think you would agree, is a market improvement from the original game, right?
I haven't started it yet, but eventually I will get to it.
Okay.
They even brought Undertale there, which Undertale, you guys should, whoever is listening, if you guys should know, but if you don't know, Undertale is a really I believe it's sort of indie, but um it's a really fun game that it's basically about a child who goes down to like a monster world, but it's a really critically acclaimed, I guess you would say.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really critically acclaimed, and it was a popular game. Um, and now they brought it to Xbox, which honestly, it was only on Switch and PC.
Right.
So I'm glad that they brought it to Xbox Game Pass, because now you could get it for free. So there's a lot of good games out there, like Gears 5. You even have Halo
Halo Anniversary.
Halo Anniversary. You
Oh,
have
no, sorry, the Master Chief Collection.
the Master
There you
Chief
go.
Collection.
Sorry.
But there's a ton of awesome games that you could just that's available to you for practically for free.
Yeah, I mean, what the games that we have on the Xbox One right now that we're actively playing, well, I say actively, but they're the ones that are downloaded so we can jump in on any time. I would suspect that close to half of the games are either Game Pass or EA
Yeah.
Play. And so, like, again, it does make sense to get Game Pass Ultimate if you're going to play like that. And it's a good mix of both new games and old games. So there are games that you haven't played in a while, like for example with me, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit.
Yep.
And then there are new games, kind of like what we've been doing lately with UFC 4, which came out late last year. So you got a nice little mix there, and I think it's awesome, to be honest. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. So, is there anything else that we need to talk about with regard to the subject that we really didn't get into?
Yeah, but
Game Pass is awesome.
Game Pass is
UFC
awesome.
4 is awesome. Like, it's all about technique, as I said before. Jab is like X, cross is like Y. You have uppercuts, you have hooks, you have freaking takedowns,
Knees.
you have knees, you have elbows, you have.
I like the fact that the only way you can clinch is that you have to clinch with your lead hand,
Yes,
which makes sense.
because that's how you do it in wrestling.
Exactly.
Well, you could do it with your other hand, I think. I don't know.
But it's a lot harder because with
Yeah.
your lead hand, it's closer to your opponent and stuff. So, it has all these little things there that make it realistic.
If you know martial arts, this is by far the best game. Well, not the best game because I don't know many other games, but this is the best game that we know as right now, or I know. It's fun, really fun.
All right. And it's funny. The two games that we talked about the most were two fighting games.
Yeah, right?
Hmm? Well, I think WW2K17 is not an EA game.
Oh,
But-
really?
Yeah,
I thought it was.
I don't think so.
Oh.
But that's still cool. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's wrap this up. I think we've done our thing. So I'd like to again thank everybody for joining us on this crazy episode talking about creative characters and stuff like that. Super Saiyan 3s in WWEs and UFCs.
Herbert, it's magic. Oh, Herbert,
I don't know.
Herbert, Robert.
Oh, Herbert Robert Big Magic Hoop.
Yeah, that
Oh no,
guy.
Herbert
Ricardo.
Oh no, Herbert Ricardo. Herbert Ricardo Big Magic Hoop. There you go.
That dude.
At biggest.
I don't even know.
Anyway, we're gonna sign off now. This is Walt.
AJ.
Herbert. No, not Hoover. Who the hell is Herbert?
Eli, you know what? I don't think even the first name is Herbert. You were going to use Herbert for your character, then you decided against it.
Uber.
I don't think Herbert's a name in use right now.
You need to check. But
You're Eli.
Eli here.
All right, there you go. And tagline? No tagline. We always never get this right. 35 or 30 some odd
Generally,
episodes
we
in
have
this.
one for like a specific thing.
Okay, so let's
So may our
creative
Fists.
characters cross again.
may our fist bumps may our fists bump again.
There we go.
All right.
And that's serious too. It's not like weird.
I'll buy that for $1.
Yeah.
All right. Later,
$2.
people. Peace.
Peace.